It is June 14th, 2021. And in this video, I'm touching on the subject again, don't get got. That's right. Don't get got, part 2. Follow along.
Hey, watching man right now, you're watching DC Born Rob on YouTube.
Okay, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever it is you're located. And thanks for watching. My name is Rob Christian, also known as DC Born Rob, DC Rob, whatever you want to call me. I answer to them all. Thank you for following along. Thank you for all the suggestions on videos. Thank you for all the leads and information that is being sent to me. It is much appreciated. And let me go ahead and just throw that out there also. If anybody out there has any leads on any story or anything that I'm following up on the Reed case, or anything in general in Colombia, please pass it on. If you think it's worthy of sharing, please do that. Tonight, I'm going to go over a letter, well, an email that was sent to me going over a situation that he had at the mall yesterday, as a matter of fact. But I'm also going to go over a list of things not to do. I got this list partially from comments on another YouTuber's page. He noticed a few things, and I went back and looked at him and was like, oh, yeah, dude, you got to be careful out there. Times are different. Now, this was an older video, so I'm telling you what's still relevant today, which it was a year ago. So I want to jump into the story first of all. First, this is from one of my viewers. He wanted me to share this with you, didn't want to give out his name, but wanted to let you guys know, just give you a heads up, don't get got. And this, again, is Don't Get Got, part 2. So he tells me of a story. He says, I want to let you and your viewers know that I got at the Santa Fe Mall yesterday. Not for much, but it was the fact that I let my guard down. So I have been extremely careful since moving here in February and have had several people walk up and start asking questions. I will just say not interested and move on. Well, this particular time, I was at the mall on Saturday, June 13th, I think Sunday. It was raining like crazy, typical Colombian weather this time of year. And as I was waiting for the rain to stop, this guy walks up to me and starts a conversation. Nice looking guy, well-dressed, fresh haircut, says he's from New York. We talked for a few, and he asked me if he wanted to grab a beer, if I wanted to grab a beer while waiting on the rain to stop. So I'm thinking, well, what the hell? We're at a mall, not much can happen there. So I'm not a drinker, so no worries there. We go up to the food court. I'm having a Coke and he's having a beer. He's asking questions. I'm giving fake names and addresses when he asks. But he did get the fact I'm retired. Okay, and I live here now. Normally, I tell people that I'm just on vacation and I'm leaving tomorrow. But about 10 minutes into the conversation, he says, I'm hungry, and asked me if I wanted to get pizza. I say, no, I just ate. He says, I'm going to go order a pizza. He gets up and walks over to place the order and comes back and says he doesn't have money and asks if I could cover. I say, sure. It's only 30,000 pesos, like $9 US. Actually, that's like 3, if I'm not mistaken, 30 mil. I figure, what the heck? This guy takes my money and disappears. When the waiter comes over and asks if I want another drink, I say no and bring me the check. He then tells me that the guy told him in Spanish that I was going to cover his beer. I say, hell no, just my coat. Now, I don't know if this guy was fishing for more information to set me up for a bigger payday later on, or if he's just planning on returning with his friends to shake me down. Now that he knows I live here, or if he was just getting out of a quick score or we're trying to get a quick score of 30,000 pesos. Either way, I'm not concerned. What he got was what he got, and that's all he's going to get regardless. Pass this information on to your subscribers, and I also ask if this happens to any of them. I always listen to you about being on your game when out and about down here, And don't let your guard down for a second. I'm never on my cell phone when walking around and always paying attention to my surroundings. I am kicking myself because I never let anyone get that close to me. But this guy was smooth, well-dressed, and very friendly. He was textbook and very polished. Bottom line, it was a small price to pay for such a good education on what not to do next time. So that's from one of my subscribers who wanted to pass that on to you. If you are headed to Medellin, Colombia, make sure you stop by one of Sweet Georgia Cafe locations, or either both. One's in Laureles, one is in Poblado. Make sure you tell the owner, Rob, that DC Rob sent you there. As well as if you're in the Poblado neighborhood, make sure you stop by Brooklyn's restaurant and see Chef Jay. Also, if you need airport pickups or drop-offs, call my man Andres. His information will be below, and he's my guy for tours. Okay, I want to reiterate the fact that the U.S. Embassy is there to help you, but they're there to help you very minimal. One thing I have learned from dealing with this, the Reed case in Barranquilla, Colombia, if you're not familiar with that, look up my other videos. 52-year-old Atlanta native was murdered in Barranquilla, Colombia on April 20th of last month. Well, it's almost 2 months now of April. And having to deal with the embassy and their canned responses, and one side pushes it to the other. It just taught me something valuable, something that I had somebody actually say on Facebook. Yo, bro, it's like this, we all assume the risk when we go abroad. And it never dawned on me that, yeah, you do assume the risk when you do go abroad. It's not all vacation and sunshine like when you walk in Jamaica and they're singing "Welcome to Jamaica." Not like going to Cancun when you walk in the resort and they're playing a little music and a band and handing you a drink and a wet towel. It's not like that. So when you go to Colombia, you go to Guatemala, you go to Costa Rica, Panama, Nicaragua, wherever else you go in South and Central America, just keep it, or around the world, it doesn't matter. Just remember, you're not in your own country anymore. If you get in a fight with somebody, just a basic fight, two people push up on you and they 3 foot tall, and you can dominate. Now, what happens if you hit them and you get arrested? On that note, I am interviewing an attorney, but the attorney, we're only going to discuss relationships in Colombia. So if you're dating someone or marrying someone, we want to talk about marriage and property and kids and things like that. If you're in a relationship or you want to be in a relationship or you're talking to somebody down there, and you want to know, like somebody gave a question about, what happens if I go down and I get somebody pregnant, I have kids down there, and I go back to the U.S., can they claim child support? I don't know, but that's a good question. So there's a lot of things like that you may want to think about. So do me a favor, email that to me at dcbornrobgroup@gmail.com, dcbornrobgroup@gmail.com, and I will get you down. Also, if you want to join our community, we also have a group. I think we're 425, 450, I don't know, recently. These are like-minded travelers who travel to Colombia. So if you're a regular, if you have experience, if you're bilingual, like we just had another bilingual gentleman join up with us earlier today, we need you. We need you to join, and maybe there's some information, especially if it's for your first time, some information that you can garner from logging onto the group. And then just knowing that you have that group of people there when you get there. So when you get there to use the app, you can actually say, I'm in Medellin, Colombia, and show me who's near. And boom, 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 boom. There's like 30 people. So you'll be able to see who's near. So just like the gentleman's story that I read, you can actually type in, who wants to go out for a beer, and they're part of the group. Anyway, let me jump into a few things I want to go over as far as not getting got. Okay. Remember, this is Don't Get Got Part 2. This is the first one. Again, I got these notes and I mixed mine in also from watching the comments of another YouTuber. So for all you people who want to go down and want to YouTube and want to vlog and want to record and want to video, and want to secretively record certain areas of girls' butts or in Gustos or wherever, be aware. Okay. First of all, there's scopolamine. Do I have to talk about that again? That's the devil's breath. That is the dust that they can either blow, or they can put a little bit in your drink, put a little bit in your nail and wipe your face. Next thing you know, you butt naked on the sidewalk 2 days later. So be careful. Okay. Number one, and well, they're not number, but okay, never answer the question how long you're going to be there. So somebody will always ask you, oh yeah, you're in town. How long are you here for? And the reason is they may want to rob you and want to know, hey, let's rob this person the day before they leave. That way they don't have enough time to respond and call the authorities. You probably just want to get out of town at that time, right? So don't tell anybody when you're leaving. Just say, hey, I'm not sure. Or, here, it could be a couple of days, it could be a month. I'm not sure. I'm still deciding on how I like it. So be careful when you answer that question. When people warn you about putting your cell phone down or other electronics, listen. Escuchar. Listen. Estoy escuchando. I am listening. Listen. Listen. When people tell you put the phone down, listen. When people like me tell you don't wear jewelry, don't wear the jewelry. Take it off. Don't take it there and say, well, I'll just keep it in the safe. Why would you even take it? Honestly, I got to ask you, and if you're at the airport today or you're going there and you have jewelry on, and it doesn't matter if it's real or fake, you can get killed for fake jewelry. Believe it. The thing is, I have learned that there are crimes that happen. I mean, it's not like I needed a lesson in this, but there are crimes that happen there and everywhere that don't get reported. Okay. I had somebody comment, alert me a few days ago, somebody got killed in Cali. I've been searching. I finally found his name, but there's no stories on it. An American that got shot at a mall in Cali, Colombia. Cali's up chain. But it's protests, it's all kind of stuff going on. But remember, things are open now. And like fish in a barrel, now we're just throwing more fish into that barrel. So yeah, less of us by percentage will get got, but more of us by number will get got. So next one, always use your mirrors and reflections. I remember this from watching a TV program and they explained why. Use your mirrors and reflections. So if you're on the sidewalk, you want to know who's behind you, you can actually look in the glass and see the reflection all around you. Always be aware. And this is, of course, when you're sober. Because when you're drunk, you can barely focus, let alone look at a reflection. If you do happen to want to do a selfie and nobody could grab your phone, that's a good way to see who's behind you. And you can turn it, back and forth to see, oh, somebody's over there. Because this video of this YouTuber, you could see somebody across the street in his rear that was watching. So be aware of that. That doesn't have to be just cell phones, any electronics. Do not hold it out. I'm sorry, not back to the electronics, back to the reflections. Use the glass in a storefront, use the mirrors on the cars, use the glass partitions, to break up the tables. I don't know if they're doing it there, but like they have here between the booths and so on. Use the reflections, in short. Okay, don't let anyone touch you. I went over that one in my last one. Don't let anybody bump. As soon as they bump you, you need to know. First of all, don't have your money in your pocket, your wallet right there in your pocket. But what they're bumping you, the guy says in the video, oh, the girl just touched my stomach. Yeah. She walked down the street and just randomly touched her stomach and for no reason. And it's like he didn't think of why, but they're looking for possibly a money pouch. And then she'll just tell old boy on the corner, yo, dude in the red shirt, his wallet in the right pocket or his pouch is right there. So, be careful when somebody bumps you and touches you. The candy guys, that was in Don't Get Got number 1. The candy guys with the thing around their neck and they're holding it with 2 hands. Remember, they can let one hand go and go in your pocket because they can let both hands go because it's got a rope around their neck, but you don't realize that. So be careful with that too. Don't let anybody touch you. Don't let anybody bump you. If they bump you, be very aware. In tight situations, make sure you don't have just money in your pocket. I'm not going to tell you where to put the money. You got to figure out that one on your own because I've said in the past, yeah, I wear a money pouch and I'm not going to elaborate on that anymore because I've had to switch up some things. But yeah, you have to know, come on, hide your stuff wherever and however you can. Just think about it. That's all. Especially when you're in Airbnb, there's all kind of places to hide stuff without having the need of a safe. Okay, be careful who passes a drink to you or a straw to you. Again, the scopolamine. You don't know if they have something on the straw, if there's something on their hand. Be careful. Don't let them touch your face. Obviously, don't get drunk. Don't get too drunk. And don't get too drunk by yourself, because then you open up the possibility of things happening to you and you probably won't even remember. Somebody could take your wallet right out of your pocket. Well, besides, who's carrying around a wallet, especially a fat wallet? I've seen some fat wallets. I mean, I carry my wallet, and I think I don't know if I taught myself, it's real thin too, but I put it in my front pocket now, here in the U.S. There, I don't carry it at all. I'm not carrying around no ID, except I do carry my card, my passport card. But no, be careful. Okay. And also be careful. Again, that's the don't be too drunk part. But if you see someone recording you, be aware. And first of all, get the hell out of there. Time to go. Somebody's looking at you and they're recording you from across the street for no reason. Again, if I'm there and I don't talk, I'm Colombian. So if you're taking a picture of me, that's weird. Now, if you're 6'5", blonde, they may be taking a picture of because they've never seen you before. But, because there's not a lot of that around. But always look over your shoulders. You can, again, use your phone to see who's around you if you want to take a selfie or something. But be careful of anybody filming you, pointing at you, talking and looking and talking and looking at your camera, because that's what got me. I would never walk around Medellin anymore holding up my camera by myself without somebody with me to look over my shoulders. Because when you're looking and you're focusing on your camera, you lose the awareness of who's around you. So be careful. At night, walk in the streets. Be a street walker. Walk in the streets. Don't walk down those sidewalks when they're dark, because somebody could jump out the crack right on you. So just be careful. And when I say crack, that just dawned on me. This is one thing I needed to pass on a month or so ago, because it's a rainy season. In Colombia, a lot of the floors are tile, shiny tile, and it's the same outside too. Even sometimes the pattern in the sidewalks. You will slip and BOA real quick. So be careful how you walk. Scoot your feet in the rain. I've seen people go down. I almost went down twice, a few weeks ago. So, and it was just a little, all it takes is for it to be a little wet. You'll walk into somebody's apartment and slip too if you have on rubber bottom shoes, tennis shoes. I mean, yeah, which everybody's wearing tennis shoes. So be careful with that. And be careful when you're walking around also, because you'll step in a hole. It's not like in the better neighborhoods here. In the sidewalks, in the streets, you would just walk along and boom, step in a 2-foot deep hole out of nowhere. Or a crack that the tree done pushed the sidewalk up like 6 inches. And blog if you wanna, record if you wanna, but be careful where you're walking. Now I ask myself, is that it? Is that all I need to be concerned with?
No, not a chance. No, not at all. No, none of us not agrees. A chance. Nope, we'll never have. Nope, none of us are going to say that.
That's right. There's a whole lot more, and there's 3 things I need to end this video on. 3 things that you need to know, that you need to be aware of, that you need to learn before you go. 3 things. 3 things. First one. And some of you may know this already, but the first one is learn Spanish. Okay, got that. Number 1, the first thing is learn Spanish. Number 2, learn Spanish. Okay, if you're going to a Spanish-speaking country, if you're going to Germany, learn German if you're going to stay there for any period of time. But learn Spanish, number 2. And the last one, learn Spanish. Learn Spanish, learn Spanish, learn Spanish. It may save your life. All right, guys. Be safe out there. More to come soon. More to come soon with an attorney. More to come soon. There is a story that I want to tell you about some gentlemen that have been held in Ecuador as well. So look out for that video coming soon. I'm going to interview them in a couple of days. Stay tuned. Thank you guys for watching. And of course, be safe.
We have a YouTube channel. Like it. Please comment and share if you like the video. Please subscribe and kick the bell.